In this video, we're going to find missing sides in similar figures. The following pairs of figures are similar. So figure A and figure B are similar. These are called trapezoids. They're four-sided figures where one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Find the indicated scale factors and use this information to determine the lengths of the missing sides. So remember, the idea with the scale factor is that when two figures are similar, there is a scale factor from one figure to the other that you can multiply any side by to find the corresponding side. Okay, and to scale from, say, figure B to figure A, we're actually going to use the reciprocal of this value as the scale factor. And we'll look at this and make a little more sense of it in this problem. So first it says, find the scale factor from figure A to figure B and complete the sentence below. Now, the first thing you want to notice is that this side corresponds to this side, but we only know one value. This side corresponds to this side, but we only know one value. Same here, these correspond. So we want to use the sides where we know the value for each of the figures. That way we can find the scale factor. So to scale figure A to the size of figure B, multiply the length of each side of figure A by the scale factor of blank. So here's figure A. If I wanted to scale it to figure B, we're thinking how many times as large as 10 centimeters is 14 centimeters. Okay, so what do I multiply 10 by to get 14? And I hope this looks familiar. Notice there's one copy and a little bit more. And we can solve this by looking at the ratio. Well, it's 14 centimeters. So figure B, its length and its corresponding length in figure A. So we have 14 centimeters over 10 centimeters, which equals either 7/2, 7/5, excuse me, or 1.4. Now, again, I like to keep the fractions because that's going to show you the nice reciprocal property. And this was just a simplified fraction. I divided the numerator and denominator by 2. So to scale figure A to the size of figure B, we'd multiply by 14 over 10. That would give us 14 if we multiply 10 by that, which is 7/5 or 1.4. Now to scale from figure B to the size of figure A, so now we're going in this direction. So you can think I'd want to take the value 14 centimeters and multiply by something, the scale factor, to get 10 centimeters. Okay. Well, the corresponding division problem for this is 10 centimeters over 14 centimeters. Okay. So notice this fraction is less than 1, and that makes sense. If we're going something, this is bigger, figure B is bigger than figure A, we're going to multiply by a fraction less than 1. And this simplifies to the centimeters cancel, divide by 2, and we get 5/7. And 5/7 I don't even want to write as a decimal. We could, but I think it will have a lot of places and we'd round, and you don't want to round if you don't need to. Okay, so the scale factor from figure B to figure A is 5/7. So now we're going to use these values to find these missing sides. So here are our two figures, and I have written our scale factors right here. So to go from figure A to figure B, we multiply by 7/5. And to go from figure B to scale to figure A, we'd multiply by 5/7. So question C says, use a scale factor to find the length of side A. Show your work. So here's side A. Okay, so we need to go from figure A to figure B because figure B has the unknown side. We know figure A, the side that corresponds to A, little a in figure A, is 4 centimeters. And to scale to figure B, we use the scale factor of 7/5. Okay. So we're just going to multiply 4 times 7/5. That's 28. 4 times 7 is 28/5 centimeters. And we'll write everything as decimals. Okay, so here are our final answers. We're going to round to, this is 5.6 centimeters. Since I see two decimal places in the problem, that's what I'll round to. In general, your homework problems will tell you what to round to. Okay, and then I'm just checking to see if this makes sense. 5.6 is larger than 4, and this figure is larger, so that doesn't mean it's true, but it seems to be a reasonable answer. And let's just put that in a box. Now we're asked to use a scale factor to find the length of side B. So here is side B. Side B is in figure A. It corresponds to this side in figure B. So we want to take figure B's value. So we're going from figure B to figure A now. Figure B's value is 11.76 centimeters. And we want to multiply by the scale factor that goes from B to A, which is 5/7. Now, I'm just going to write what we're going to put in the calculator. So we want to multiply 11.76 times 5, divide by 7. We're going to round that result to 2 decimal places. Don't round till the very end, because whenever you round, you get round-off error. So if you round earlier in your computations, it just gives you more round-off error. So you want to minimize it by just rounding at the end. So 11.76 times 5 divided by 7 equals, oh, and that's a nice number, so we don't even have any round-off error, equals 8.4 centimeters.